Hello guys, Matt Johnson here for our JBA versus game number 60. And we have some great drama we like to share to you, but we'll share that after all the games are finished. So, what happened last time? Andy versus Jake. Jake wins 115, 106. Isaac versus Logan. Logan wins 124, 118. Trent versus Chris. Trent wins 121, 103. Nathaniel versus Reed. Reed wins 107, 108. 117, 108, I'm sorry. Tanner versus Clay. Tanner wins 185. Chase versus Tegan. Tegan wins 128, 102. Jax versus Brandon. Jackson wins 125, 88. And yesterday, Kim versus Jared. Kim was 114, 104. Kale versus Scott. Scott was 119, 117. Kev versus AJ. AJ wins 86, 75. Jens versus Nash. Nash wins 131, 25. Jordan versus James. Jordan wins 141, 91. 146, 91. Ryan versus Aaron. Aaron wins 111, 100. Zeke versus Devin. Zeke wins 124, 112. And Michael versus Peyton. Peyton wins 122, 117. Conferences. The Western, no one's Jordan. No one's Jared. Number 3 is Jackson. Number 4 is Reed. Number 5 is Tegan. Number 6 is Zeke. Number 7 is Jake. Number 8 is Clay. And in the Eastern, number 1 is Trent. Number 2 is Aaron. Number 3 is Peyton. Number 4 is Nash. Number 5 is Andy. Number 6 is Deontay. Number 7 is Chris. Number 8 is Kian. And in the JB rankings, no one's Jordan. Number 2 is Trent. Number 3 is Jared. Number 4 is Jackson. Number 5 is Aaron. Number 6 is Reed. Number 7 is Peyton. Number 8 is Nash. Number 9 is Andy. Number 10 is Kian. And in the Eastern Conference, Trent is actually not confirmed playoffs since they had a math error. So since 44 minus 29, which is Trent's wins to Michael's wins, which is Michael's a 9th seed, it actually adds up to 15, not 25. Someone in the JBA studio told me that Trent was playoff eligible, like playoff confirmed. That statement is false. Trent can still, the least Trent can go is probably ranked 10, ranked 11. That's how far he can drop right now in 22 games. Jordan, on the other hand, is only probably 1 game off from winning. If Ryan loses his next game and Jordan wins his next game, I think Jordan is confirmed. But they do have another matchup coming up at Ryan, so that will give Ryan an advantage. So Jordan has to, so if Jordan wins and Ryan loses, Jordan will have an X. No, Jordan will have an X since Jordan leads the series. But you know, it's 2-1 in the series. The matchup won't matter if it's 2-2. We'll go based off conference record, and Jordan has the better conference record of 29-3, and Ryan has a record of 19-16. The person who's played the most playoff games, I think, has to go to either Ryan and Trent. I think Trent's played the most, 24-11. Trent's played way more than Jordan. Jordan's only played 33. You're supposed to play a lot more conference games because it's basically your fight against your conference. If you fight against another conference, it doesn't really matter. You're not really helping your side. But, you know. So what's happening next time? So we have today, James versus AJ, Ice versus Aaron, Mike versus Logan, Zeke versus Clay, Kel versus Nash, Tanner versus Jordan, Andy versus Peyton, Reed versus Jake. Tomorrow we'll have Ryan versus Deontay, Kian versus Jackson, Jared versus Nathaniel, Scott versus Devin, Tia versus Kevin, and Chris versus Jace, and Brandon versus Trent. So the news is, if you didn't know, Jordan has a player with him named Bryce. If you didn't know, Bryce stuck with Jordan because basically Bryce had his own team since 2001 to I think 2000 to 2001 to 2008, 2009. So after the 2008-2009 season, he officially didn't want to host a team anymore. And then he went on to go play with Jordan. No, he went from 2009 to 2010. Jordan left. Jordan made his own team. Bryce joined him. And then the 2010-2011 season, Bryce and Jordan officially started their games together. And then they went up to now. So that's where they're viewed today, because Bryce basically won 2 championships in 2003 and 2005, I think. And Jordan has won a championship with Joshua, which gave him his first and his youngest win as an MVP, and first ever player to get the first youngest player to get Rookie of the Year and an MVP and a championship. Finals MVP. He was the Finals MVP because basically he carried the team, and he went on to go play with his own team. That's why everybody was shocked. The reason why is because Jordan got cut. We'll have more of that story on after behind the player, and soon after this 2018-2019 season. But there's been news surrounding Bryce. And basically, this is really weird because no one has really done this. So basically, no one's career has been ended by JBA. Except for, like, if you've done something wrong. Bryce has never done anything wrong with the JBA, and he's getting confronted by the JBA because he's apparently, it's called not showing up to games while being injured, quote unquote. So Bryce has been injured lately, and the JBA is really strict now. We don't know why. They're going to look into this whole deal in the offseason. They're going to talk to Bryce, see what his opinion is on this. He's clearly not happy. He's on a stand hold right now. So basically, he's not really going to play much because he doesn't want to associate with the JBA. So we don't know if that was his last game a few games ago, but basically his last message was he wished he can play without being nagged, and yeah, he doesn't. I don't know. And people had many problems with this supporting Bryce. Basically, the JBA is in a lot of hate right now because, you know, so basically follow the rules and all that. And also, Jordan said this statement that he does not deserve MVP because he did something wrong, and he feel like the team is not happy. And people were surprised by the statement. Jordan had nothing to do with this thing. He literally did nothing, and he thought it was his fault. Which, as a team leader, you'll get blamed for it because you're the team leader. Basically, if you have your name on a team, you're the team leader / captain. So he was he was really sad that Bryce left. Basically, Jordan was with Bryce for all of his career. And I think next season, this will be the first time that Jordan will be by himself in a JBA game. Like in a JBA season, basically. And that's how Jordan basically formed his playstyle. Half of Bryce, half of himself. Because Bryce is basically the mentor. And Bryce will obviously be remembered as one of the top players in JBA. He went to go with Jordan because he wanted to show that he can lead a team. Because the whole reason why, and if he was like really bad, he would never went to Jordan. But it's the sad thing, but it's the truth. But Jordan's glad. He doesn't care. Jordan wants a player that actually cares. Jordan actually cares. So, I don't know. I don't know what the JBA's comment on this. Most likely, if Jordan makes it the playoffs, we don't know if we'll see Bryce. And this actually might be the downfall of Jordan. So keep in mind, let's say Jordan is playoff clinched. Jordan is very vulnerable because you know why? Basically, Blaine has never been a guy with Jordan yet. True, like the top guy in the league right now. Basically, he has never made it to a playoff game. And you know how rookies make it to playoff games? They don't really excel. Some do. Jordan, Trent, yeah, a lot of those people, a lot of those legends that you hear about, basically mostly the team captains were rookie stars. Some of them weren't, like Kean and Scott, but you get the gist. So we'll get more in depth in that when the season comes along. And there's only like a little bit of percent chance that Jordan might win the playoffs. And Jordan wouldn't really like to win the playoffs because, give someone else a chance and then start rampaging with the rumors that Jared's going to join Jordan soon after this season, which is going to be a wreck. A wreck. But we'll see you guys later. Peace out, and thank you for sticking out with this super long JB regular season game. Longest video of the year. And yeah, we'll have more information. These episodes will get longer. We'll start talking more in depth about playoffs and all that. So peace out and see you guys later, and see you on March 8th for game number 61, March 10th for game number 62. We're getting down to the wire. All we need to do is finish these 60s and then 70s, and then we're all to the 80s. So basically all this month and half of next month. And that's it for the JB regular season. See you guys later. Peace out.